Here is the honest question most people skip before buying a home printer. Do you actually need to print often enough to justify the cost per page? Or are you about to buy the wrong type of printer entirely and pay for it slowly every single time you print? That question matters more than any single spec on the box. Because in 2026, buying the wrong home printer is not a one-time mistake. It is a slow, recurring one. The wrong ink system, the wrong print technology, the wrong usage pattern, and you end up paying far more than you expected for results that frustrate you every time. So in this video, I ranked 5 home printers by how well they actually fit real buyers. Not just spec sheets, not just price tags. I looked at running costs, reliability, ink or toner efficiency, and who each machine genuinely makes sense for. Let's start at number 5. Starting at number 5 and coming in at around $50 is the HP DeskJet 2855E. On price alone, this is hard to dismiss. It prints in color, it copies, it scans, and it connects wirelessly. For basic home tasks, a letter here, a recipe there, a school form, it covers the essentials. HP includes a 3-month instant ink trial, which is a nice touch at this price point. Now, the trade-offs. Print speeds are modest, 7.5 pages per minute in black, 5.5 in color, which is exactly what you would expect from an entry-level machine. More importantly, this printer is 2.4 GHz only, meaning if your home network runs purely on 5 GHz, you may hit connection friction right out of the box. Worth checking before buying. And honestly, the bigger concern here is reliability. HP's lower-end models show a meaningfully higher failure rate compared to competitors in the same tier. With a 3.8 out of 5 across nearly 18,000 reviews, most buyers are satisfied. But that gap at the entry level is real and worth factoring in. Buy this if light, occasional home printing is all you need and $50 is your ceiling. But if you print more than a few pages a week, the next option on this list starts making considerably more sense. The Brother WorkSmart 1360 sits at $89.98, and on paper, it reads like a genuinely capable home all-in-one. You get automatic duplex printing, a 150-sheet paper tray, a 20-sheet document feeder, and cloud app connections, Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive, all accessible from a 1.8-inch color display. For under $90, that feature set is hard to dismiss. And with over 1,600 reviews sitting at a 4-star average, most buyers are clearly satisfied. But here is where you pause. As of early 2026, a firmware update pushed approximately 2 weeks ago has been linked to reported bricking issues, printers becoming unresponsive, forced duplex behavior, and deep sleep modes that reportedly will not wake up. The web interface access is also reported to be affected post-update. This does not mean every unit will experience this, but it is worth researching current firmware status before you buy. There is also a warranty caveat worth knowing. The Brother warranty excludes damage from third-party ink cartridges, and this model runs on proprietary LC501 series inks, so factor that into your running costs. Honestly, the hardware itself looks solid for the price. The concern here is software stability, not build quality. If Brother resolves the firmware situation, this becomes a much easier recommendation. Next up is the Kodak DocPlus, and this one sits at $139.99 with over 13,000 reviews and a 4.2 out of 5 rating, which on paper looks like one of the more reliable options on this list. And honestly, the print quality case is solid. You get true 4-pass dye sublimation, which means 4 passes per print, 3 color layers plus a protective lamination coat. And that lamination is doing real work. Fingerprint resistance, water resistance, fade resistance. Each print takes around 55 seconds, and you are looking at roughly 30 cents per print with the included 50-sheet pack. The Kodak Photo Printer app carries a 4.7-star rating on its own, which tells you the smartphone experience is genuinely polished. Now, the important caveat. In March 2024, Fujifilm filed a patent lawsuit against Kodak covering 4 patents related to this type of printing technology. By April 2025, a court of appeal ruled against Kodak, ordering a permanent injunction and damages. European subsidiaries are also named in separate cases. That does not mean your printer stops working tomorrow, but it does mean future software support, product availability, and long-term development carry real uncertainty. Buy this if the print quality and app experience are your priority and you understand the risk. Otherwise, the next option may be the safer long-term call. The Canon Selphy CP1500 sits at around $176, and on paper, it looks like the trustworthy brand name choice in this category. Canon is a name people recognize. The rating sits at 4.4 out of 5 across over 2,500 reviews, and the feature list is genuinely practical. Wi-Fi, USB, memory card support, a 3.5-inch built-in display, and photos that Canon claims will resist water and last up to 100 years. For a compact portable photo printer, that sounds solid. But here is where you pause. Canon has faced a class action lawsuit related to deceptive marketing around feature functionality claims. I am not saying every unit has a problem, and I am not dramatizing this. But if a brand's marketing around feature support has been legally challenged, that is worth knowing before you spend close to $200. The CP1500 may well perform exactly as described for most buyers. The review score suggests many owners are satisfied. But given the limited independent testing data specific to this model, I would strongly recommend checking current professional reviews and reading the warranty terms carefully before purchasing. Buy this if the Canon brand reputation matters to you and you go in with clear expectations. Otherwise, the next option is worth a close look. The Lianny M100 sits at $160 and carries a 4.5-star rating across nearly 7,000 reviews, which, honestly, is the strongest signal on this list. This is the thermal dye sublimation model, printing full 4x6 photos with a laminated finish that resists water, scratches, and fading. That matters in daily use. These are not sticker-style prints you handle carefully, they hold up. The built-in Wi-Fi hotspot supports up to 5 simultaneous connections, no Bluetooth required, and the companion app lets you add borders, filters, and brightness adjustments before you print. The package ships with 100 sheets and 3 cartridges, which means you are printing on day one without a separate supply run. Now the important caveat. Lianny as a brand has shown some reliability concerns with related products in their lineup, specifically paper feed issues on certain models. The M100 itself lacks specific failure data, but that pattern is worth knowing. Check recent user reviews specific to this model before buying. For most buyers wanting a well-rounded home photo printer at this price, the M100 makes a strong case. The review volume alone suggests consistent satisfaction. So let's map this out by buyer type, because that is where it actually gets useful. If your priority is reliability and a well-known brand behind the machine, you are gravitating toward the established names on this list. If value per page matters more than name recognition, the budget options make a genuinely strong case. For casual home users printing photos occasionally, mid-range picks often deliver more than enough. For higher volume needs or sharper output consistency, you are looking at the upper tier. No single model wins every category. The honest answer is that the right printer depends on what you print, how often, and how much friction you are willing to tolerate. Use that as your filter, and this list makes the decision fairly clear. So here is where I land. If you print occasionally and ink cost is your main concern, the tank-based option is the practical choice. If you need reliable wireless and consistent output for documents, go with the established laser pick. If you print photos regularly, the dedicated photo printer earns its place. And if you want the most versatile machine for a mixed household, the all-in-one mid-range option is the safest recommendation. Match the printer to your actual printing habits, not someone else's, and you will not regret the decision. Links to everything covered are in the description below. If you want more comparisons across different price ranges and categories, watch one of these next. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.